I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way.
Hey everybody, it's Nate. So let's take a look at email. A lot of times people hate email just because it gets on top of them and they get kind of behind, and then they're like, and then they never read it, and then people are mad at them because they don't read it, and then it just goes downhill. But let's take a look at some of the features of Gmail to help you manage it so that it's doable and that you can use it to be a tool to help you out instead of getting beat up with it. So, anyways, the basics. How about creating an email? So, if we start with creating an email, we're going to come here to compose. You click it, and you can see obviously it just comes right up. It's super nice. If you start typing name in, it's going to pull up all your contacts and give you a lot of options to just click on them and add them in, so you don't have to type the whole thing. So, if I was sending myself one, I'd be like, hey, cool, I'm sending myself one. Here are your buttons to add a carbon copy or a blind carbon copy if you needed to. Obviously, you have the subject line. Now, you might see here, this is my signature. You can add a signature if you want by going to Settings. And right here, you have all different kinds of things that pop up in 3, 2, 1. I'll hide this really quickly. You come down here, you can see where it says signature on the left, and you can select no signature, but it's nice if you're always typing the same thing or you want to introduce yourself, say who you are at the end. You can do that. So you just type it in as you want. You can do different fonts. You can obviously, like I've done, added some images. You can add links to, like a LinkedIn page or something like that. So that's cool. Also here in the general settings, you have your vacation responder. So you could go on vacation and say, hey, I'm not going to be here, whatever. You have a lot of different choices in here. And by taking advantage of this, you can kind of, save yourself some time. What else would be cool to show you here? Nothing super cool. So let's take a look. Labels and let's not do labels. Let's go to labs. Labs are things that might come, they might go. They're kind of experimental, but I would suggest coming to labs, and you can enable different things that gives you like extra superpowers in your email. So that's kind of cool. All right, I'm going to go back to where I was, my inbox, and open up this message. So this is how I was typing a message. Obviously, you type subject line. I'm just going to say test. Hey, what's up? And you could do all kinds of things. Now down here, notice we have, again, different fonts, different text sizes. You can do bold print, underline. You can even change the color, the formatting. Here you can have numbered lists or bulleted lists. Different formatting options are available too. So that's good if you don't want to just have regular text. If you want to organize your text or have it stand out, these are some important things. The toolbar below it offers even more. So some that you probably have would be this paperclip is attach a file, for example, off your hard drive. This, if you click this one, you get your Google Drive will be accessed, and you can click on any file you would like to link into this email straight from your Google Drive. This is for adding photos, for adding links, and if you want to add emojicons, you could do that too, but I don't. Let's add a heart. What's up? Heart, diamond to myself. That's a really cool email. Okay, so obviously when you're done, you can trash it because you hated what you did, or you can send it. Now, let's say I was working on this and I'm like, I don't know if I want to send this. I might need to work on it later. You can just go ahead and close it. And I didn't lose it, but if I come back here into drafts, I can see, oh, here's that test. Hey, what's up? Heart, diamond to myself. What a great message. Yeah, I'm going to send that. So let me hide that. And so then I could send it later, or I could modify it, whatever. So that's good to know. Now, let's talk about some other things here. Up here where it says mail, you can also come to contacts. And your contacts obviously are the people you email. So as you come in here, you can organize them into groups. You can do all kinds of things. If I want to add something to my contacts, this is where I do it. I'm just going to click add to my contacts. You can do all kinds of stuff in there. And I don't know that everybody in the planet needs to be super um, doing every possible thing, but just know that that's where you do your contacts. Also, let's say this guy just emailed me, and I don't think he's in my contacts. So I'm going to take a look at. I hovered over it, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. This is his information, and I could add other information if I wanted to, and that's important." Now, I pulled him up because you notice he doesn't have a picture, which is kind of sad. I could say new contact, and I could add him, and I could, type all that in or whatever. But I want to come back here and show why you should have, or how you can put a picture on there. And you really should. If this is a work email, you should probably have a picture of yourself, like a professional one. If it's not, then you should have a picture of you goofing around. Or if you're like me, you're kind of professional, kind of goofing around on your work, and it works for both of them. So that's, again, in the settings general. And you come here. So those are some things. I don't know what else I would like to show you. Let me think here. Let's say I was looking for some email, and I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm only 32, but wonder if I was up to like 600 emails, and I was like, oh, I've got to find that. You could come up here. There's a search bar. This is super useful. So let's say I wanted to find something from Amy Word. I start typing her name, and it's like, oh, here we go. So I click on that. What this is going to do is it's just sorting only emails that have happened between Amy and I. And so that's very helpful. If I was in here and I was like, oh, I'm in my sent emails folder, I want to look, and you could see it already made it for me, in : sent. So now I'm going to look at emails that I sent back to Amy, and it's sorting it for me, and boom, there it is. And I have this, it's in reverse chronological order. So the most recent and then going down, clear back to the beginning of time. So this search bar is super essential when you're trying to find things. And, if you're looking for in a specific folder, you can do that as well. Now, let's go to the top here. Let's say I've selected this email. I could just select this little button here, and it gives me some options up front. I could file it away or archive it. I can mark it as spam, and that's super useful. Gmail has a great spam filter, but if one squeaks through, you can click this, and it's the battle axe. It's chopped down. I could delete that. So I'm going to do that. Let's see what else. You can move it to a specific label. Some people call this a folder, but it's a label. Or here I see my labels, and I could create a new one. Now, when you do labels, that's what appears over here. And so if you have certain categories of stuff that you want to organize your emails into, that's cool. And then you can just drag it over to these. I'm not going to right now because I don't want, I'll do this one just because. So if I wanted to save this into links to cool resources, I just pull it there. You can see links to cool resources highlights, and boom. That's so cool. So now I'm down to 30, and that's great. So hopefully this gives you kind of a preview. I'd really encourage you to just go in there and click a lot. Just get in there and see what you have. You can do all kinds of things, and don't be scared just to click around. I mean, it's your email. One last thing that you might use is the chat. So here, if I wanted to chat, I don't think she's on, but Hi, Mel. That's my wife. And so I say hi now, and it opens. You can see a little chat box here, so that's pretty cool. So if you're just doing like quick notes back and forth, you don't need to do a zillion emails. You can do that. So that's where you get your chats. So hopefully this helps you, and it wasn't too overwhelming, but it's still a good start, and you're feeling cool about it. Uh, Rock on.